Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Rohit. How are you?
I'm very good, sir. How are you?
I'm also good. Shall we start with your mock?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Rohit, introduce yourself.
Sir, I have done my basic schooling from Kendriya Vidyalaya and I have graduated in BTech Mechanical. Post my graduation, I had joined CISF as a sub-inspector and worked there for 1 year in Hyderabad. After that, I had joined Customs as an inspector and worked in Mumbai. And currently, I am working in Accountant General under CAG as a divisional accountant. And my hobbies are singing, traveling, and these two, sir, basically.
Okay. You are frequently changing your jobs. I think you are not having clarity like what you want to do in life,
Sir,
and you just want to do everything.
sir, actually, it has been an organic and a process-wise journey. When I completed my graduation, I came to know the things which I wanted to do in my life, and that was to get into the public services. Initially, coming from a middle class background, I also required a job uh, to suffice my bread and butter. So I appeared for few competitive exams like sub inspector under SSC and SSC CGL. Then that time, sir, I got through these exams and I cleared these exams consequently. So for my first joining was as a CISF sub-inspector. And meanwhile, I had also given the customs exams. So while I completed my training, I got the joining call letter for my customs job. So while I was working in Mumbai, after that I realized that I wanted to get into the public services at a more higher level, so that I can professionally as well as personally grow more in my life. So I opted for preparing for civil services. So I resigned from my job and then I went to Delhi and I tried to prepare there for civil services. Although I tried to give my best, but in 2 years I wasn't able to qualify civil services. But till that time, my economical backup had exhausted. So in order to regain my economical backup, I again applied for another exam. Although I was preparing for one exam, but in order to sustain myself, I had to also look for a backup plan. So I tried to provide flexibility in my approach, and then I joined as a divisional accountant in accountant general. So right now I'm
So you
preparing a one
joined
exam.
divisional accountant journal. You are creating an economical backup from Indian economy.
So, sir, actually, coming from a background, I cannot sustain on my parents' income for long. I tried to give my wholehearted attempt, but I could not clear it. Then I had to bring some flexibility in my plans. I cannot be rigid with that. So, in order to sustain myself and remove pressure of a economical baggage, I had to join another job. Right now, I'm working efficiently in my professional life. But meanwhile, I am also preparing for my goal. So I'm doing both things simultaneously.
And you want a joining letter along with your job now, as it happened at the first time when you were in your first job.
Sorry, sir, I could not get your point, sir. Sorry.
Now you want again a joining letter as it happened in your first job when you said that CISF and you came to customs.
Sir, that time I was very young. I had just come from college, and that time no baggage was there. Now, as my responsibilities and age is increasing, I have to do this job whether I get a call letter or not. So this is a job which I have to do for my sustenance as well as professional growth. But everybody wants
Okay,
to
what
know.
are the ranks in CISF starting from the lowest
Yes.
rank to the highest rank?
Sir, it starts with constable, then it goes to head constable, then there is subordinate officer starting from assistant sub inspector, then sub inspector, then inspector, then there is assistant commandant, group A gazetted, then there is deputy commandant, there is second in command, and then there is commandant, sir. After that, there is director, inspector general, DIG. After there is inspector general, and then there is DG, who is heading the CISF as an organization, sir.
Okay. How is CISF different from army?
Sir, it is a central armed police force which works as a second line of defense for our country, whereas Army is the front line of defense, which comes under the Ministry of Defense, and CISF is coming under the Ministry of Home Affairs. So their working as well as their organization structure are a little different, and they are doing their duty in their own ways. Like CISF is for peacekeeping and secure guarding our infrastructure, providing VVIP securities, whereas Army is mainly doing the job of protecting our borders and doing the anti-infiltration operations in our country.
Okay. Last question. If you have to sing a song for yourself,
Yes, sir.
what song would that be?
Sir, it would be from movie Iqbal from Ashaएं. From movie Iqbal, song is Ashaएं.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Pradeep sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. It is said that do what you love or love what you do. So which one is appropriate according to you?
Sir, to me, it depends upon your situation, at which phase of life you are.
Okay.
If you are having the opportunity to go for your goal without any restriction or foundation, then you should always go for do what you love. But if you have exhausted all your resources or your opportunities, then you have to somewhere bring flexibility in your life goals or your way of living. Then if there comes a situation where there are restricted conditions, then we have to also look for love what you are doing.
Okay. Can you define what is love? It is generally used in
Yes.
everyday life. What is love in general?
So for me, in general, love is affection towards everybody without any biasness. It's about having humanity. It's about being compassionate in life. And
Can we love without attachment?
sir, attachment
Like how
has to
can
be.
you love somebody without your personal benefit? Give me two examples where you can love somebody without your personal interest.
Sir, if there is a love for my professional, if personal interests are not there, other thing which I can think of is my personal interest, professional interest. Then if I'm loving my professional duties, then I have to follow the duties, the commands which has been given to me, whether I love that or not. Like
No, I'm asking, tell me two things where love can be developed without any personal interest.
sir, for me, I don't think if you have to talk in the layman way, love as well as interest, both are emotions and both are interconnected. So they have to be simultaneous with each other.
Okay. It is said that uh, army marches on its belly.
Yes.
So what's your say on this? Have you heard this statement?
No, sir. Sorry, I'm hearing it for the first time.
So if you have to guess about this statement, the army marches on its belly. What
Yes,
do you
sir.
say on this?
Sir, if you were to take my interpretation,
Yeah.
it would be, sir, like in order to go for a big task, like if we are going, if our forces are protecting, then our army personnel have to be provided with the adequate amount of the opportunities, like allowances, like leaves, like better food facilities, and the better perks in their job, so that they can always be financially as well as mentally motivated. Like if they are having good perks, they will be all motivation is for small time. In order to sustain in a tough job like army, you have to provide them with financial backups, where they are having good quarters to live, they are having good education facilities for their families, where they can go to their home in between, so whenever they require or whenever their family needs. So these kind of support system tries to provide good boost to the army, and they are going to perform much better in their professional duties, sir.
Okay. Quite good. If I ask about the Haryana,
Yes, sir.
tell me three changes would you like to make in history of Haryana if you have given opportunity by going in the past?
Okay, sir. Sir, one would be diversification of the livelihood opportunities which are there in Haryana. Like
No, I'm asking any particular event you want to change in the history of Haryana
okay, okay.
in the past. Like any blunder you think that could have been avoided or changed, then totally different picture hoti Haryana ki.
Okay. Sir, one I can get from my recent experience is the blockade which we saw on the Singhu border.
Okay.
That was a little bit of I would say a black spot in Haryana's history, where the economical as well as social turmoil could be seen.
Okay.
So if that could be
Anything
eroded,
from the past, ancient or medieval history, any particular event?
yes, sir. Another would be not having the battles in Panipat, where a lot of lives were lost, and the significance of that historical event is not in a good sense. It has been for bloodshedding.
Okay. One more, if you can guess. They're going good.
Okay. Other would be better solution to the Satluj Jamna linkage project, which is going in between Haryana and Punjab. If it would have been dealt earlier in a very comprehensive and a very instantaneous way, that would have led to better agricultural and the water supplies to Haryana, as well as the resolution of the conflict between two states.
Okay. Tell me three things where the youth of the Haryana in present context can be employed other than government.
Sir, one would be agriculture.
Where opportunities awaiting for the youth.
Sir, one would be definitely agriculture, because if we are having a diverse and the new ways of doing cropping, that would really help, because we are already having a historical background as well as the logistic support, like good resources, good climatic conditions. If we are going for the biotechnology, if we are going for the second green revolution, if we are going for the horticulture, that and the food
Okay.
processing.
One is agriculture.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Any other two sectors or any place?
Other would be, sir, manufacturing, where we are having many resources, like the areas of Mahendragarh, Rewari are known for having good amount of metals as well as minerals. So these can be used for manufacturing opportunities. And if we can provide them skills, like right now Haryana is going with the entrepreneurship programs, like they are going for Vishwakarma University in Palwal. So these kind of initiatives can really help to boost the livelihood opportunities for the youth.
Okay. Okay. Last question. What is the motto of Haryana tourism?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware of it.
Okay, no issue. And Gujarat tourism?
Can I guess this, sir?
Yeah.
कुछ कुछ दिन तो गुजारो हमारे गुजरात में. I have heard this from an advertisement from Mr. Amit Academy.
Kerala?
God's own paradise, I guess, sir.
Yes, you're the same. Like every guy I'm interviewing, they know about Kerala. Other than Haryana, they know about every other state. I was searching for the guy who will tell the Haryana. Okay, no issue. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Tiwari sir.
Rohit?
Yes, sir.
Fine. I'm enjoying,
Thank you, sir.
Very nicely you are facing and dealing anyway.
Thank you.
So as you are dreaming to be administrator there in Haryana, so if I ask you, problem solving skills are very vital for administrator.
Sorry, sir, I could not hear your question, sir.
Am I audible?
No, some issues in the connectivity, I think.
Okay. I'm asking, like, problem solving skills are very vital for administrator.
Yes.
Why?
Sir, because in today's era, where there are diverse kind of challenges we are facing, there has to be different techniques or tactics which we need to use for problem solving, because we are in a country where there's a lot of diversity in the religion, in the caste, in the ethnicity, and the increasing amount of the technological upgradation, which requires flexibility as well as the modernization in our use of the bureaucratic tools. So there has to be different kind of the tools which we need to use, sir.
Very nice. Do you think there are some other skills also, other traits also?
So, as per me, sir, other than the bureaucratic tools which we are using from the administration, there has to be emotional intelligence which we need to use. We have to use our rationality at point of time, because rule of law cannot always provide us the guidance. We have to also do some smart logical way of looking at the things by use of our conscience, emotional intelligence, or at times humanity as well. So other than this, these tools can be helpful, sir.
Okay, so do you think emotional quotient may also be making an administrator outstanding?
Sorry, sir. Again, I could not hear your question, sir.
Okay,
This
I'm
is a
asking.
problem at my part, I think.
Okay. Just I was thinking like something.
No.
Okay. So I'm asking like, do you think emotional quotient
Yes.
is also one of the like skills
Yes, sir.
which is making an administrator outstanding?
Yes, sir. For sure, sir. For sure. Yes, sir.
Yeah. This,
It,
how
it
come?
sir, it allows us to. It allows
Explain
us,
with one example.
sir. For example,
Okay, one situation. How?
sir. For example, while there was a conflict on the Singhu border, there was the order that we have to manage this, but the amount of the mass which was aggressive at that time, you cannot always use force. You have to pacify them with connecting with them. Like if somebody is coming from a farmer's background, for example, if I am coming from the village of a Haryana, I can just try to consolidate them, persuade them, कि I am also one of you, and government is not against you. We are there to help you. I'll try to make them understand the issues and the policies, or bring out the major stakeholders who are involved there, and then try to pacify the crowd. Otherwise, if I'm only using the tools like the harsh way, like tear gas or any other kind of a force, then it is always going to be repugnant on the government body, and this will not resolve the solution in an instantaneous point.
All right. Okay. Suppose one administrator is not skilled with the, you say, space technology and all,
Yes, sir.
and the application of it.
Yes, sir.
So how it can be affecting his role and all?
Sir,
How
although,
it will be affecting?
sir, as per me, always an administrator cannot know everything, but there are opportunities. Like there are always periodical trainings going on. Like right now, Mission Karma Yogi is going on by Government of India, where under the iGot platform, they are providing the training to the civil servants for the latest amount of the technologies which are available. So these can always be updated. If no one is not having a knowledge of one sector, this does not stop him from learning. He can learn. He can get the guidance from the other departments which are available, and these issues can be resolved, I think.
Very nice, very nice. I request Kuldeep sir to take charge, please. Dr. Amit.
Okay, so Rohit,
Yes, sir.
uh, before some days I have read a word that is decolonization of philosophy.
Sorry, sir.
What?
You're not audible, sir.
Decolonization of philosophy.
Yes, sir.
What do you understand by it?
Sir, as per me, the initial philosophical theater, or the initial philosophical area, was from the West, where the major West-dominated philosophers were the ones who were making the major philosophies. But as the globalization has improved, the philosophers from the West, or the philosophies of the West, like spiritualism, has evolved. So it has led to the decentralization at the global level of the philosophy.
Okay. Can you name 3 or 4 great Indian philosophers?
Yes, sir. Sir, one would be Mahatma Buddha, another would be Mahavira, and third would be uh, Sri Shankaracharya, fourth would be Sri Ramanuja, and fifth would be Brihaspati Charvak.
Okay. Can you trace out the 3 or 4 common features of all the great philosophers you have named yet?
Sir, while I'm talking about Buddha and Sri Mahavira, one would be that they are from the heterodox philosophy, which does not believe in the existence of God per se. And another is that they are not following the rituals of the Vedanta, and they are coming from the Upanishads, where they want to change the sacrificial mindset of the earlier Hinduism to bring more inclusivity in the society, where people from other caste or other classes can also join. And there are more of a naturalistic practices rather than going for the rituals. And sir, when we are talking about Ramanuja and Shankara, both of them are coming from the Bhakti tradition, who believe that the Bhakti and the knowledge are were two of the two tools through which we can know God. And both of them are monistic philosophers who believe that God is one, although Ramanuja believes that there is no internal partition between Brahma and his parts. Although Ramanuja believes that there is Vishisht Advaitvad, means God is one, but it is having its own internal qualities. And Charvaka is also a heterodox philosopher who believes in hedonism, who believes in the practicality of the life, and believes in the materialism. And he thinks that experience is the biggest source of knowledge for us.
Okay. Generally, philosophy is considered non-scientific. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But we know that the source or root of logical reasoning
Yes, sir.
is in philosophy.
Yes, sir.
My question is that can philosophy be experimental?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How?
Sir, actually, this was an earlier thought, as you said, during the colonial era, that philosophy has to be always rational, and rationality always belong to the West. But slowly we have showed that rationality also comes from the East, like countries like India. So logic has always been there. And philosophy is the love for the wisdom. And experiment, when we are talking about the term experiment means use of practicality, use of the perception. And when we are talking about the perception, philosophers like Charvaka, who believes that perception is the sole source of knowledge, shows that experiment is always helpful in getting to know the knowledge or the reality of the life, sir.
Okay, what was the famous quote of Charvaka? One of the famous.
Yes, sir.
Generally used by lazy people.
Okay. Sir, exactly I'm not able to remember, but can I guess, sir?
Yes, please.
Love, marry, and something. Love, marry, and die, or something like that, sir.
ऋणम कृत्वा घृतम प्रवेत जब तक जियो सुख से जियो कर्जा लेकर घी पियो.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And one I remember for sure is that always look for the sure short sales which are available there. Don't go for the golden coins which are always hypothetical.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Amit.
Thank you, sir. Divangana ma'am.
Yes. So you have worked with the customs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The custom department. Yes. So in the custom, we generally come across the drug smuggling.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is still happening in India?
Ma'am, actually there are a few diverse reasons for that. One would be geographical, ma'am. In India, there are two borders. One is associated with Pakistan and Afghanistan. And from there, opium and poppy is being grown in large amount. And there's infiltration and the smuggling from this border. Another is, ma'am, from the Myanmar border, where there's a domination of the opium growth. And due to the free movement regime, these kind of goods or the supplies can be easily available in the northeast, which are transferred to the other parts of the country. So this is a geographical region, ma'am. Another is the stress, lack of stress management, and lack of talk about the mental health. So when people are under the pressure or under any kind of mental illness, they don't discuss things with the people who they are close to. Rather than they try to use these kind of substances to remove their stress. Third would be organizational. I would not say lack of proper. I would say lack of proper organizational monitoring at the ground level. Although Narcotics Control Bureau and NIA, Narcotics Control Bureau and NCV, NCV itself is trying to get into these things, but these things are also working underground in the areas of red corridor, where there is growth of these things, and sometimes there is a political nexus between these producers as well as the politicians of the local area who try to suppress the law and order monitoring there, and these things still grow, man.
So, being a part of customs for a few times, tell me how we'll be able to deal with it.
First would be, ma'am, doing the zone mapping of such areas by using the today's technology like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. These can be used, as well as the technologies like drones, which can be used. So after doing the zone mapping, we have to decentralize the monitoring of these things. Like Narcotic Control Bureau can provide more sub headquarters at such levels where they can coordinate with the state level agencies to do these things, ma'am. So first is this, ma'am. Other would be awareness regarding such things like Nasha Mukt Bharat. Such campaigns can be really helpful in this, ma'am. Third would be strong protection of the borders, because at times, in spite of such great work done by forces like BSF and SSB, few miscreants are there who are still involved with such smugglers, and these supplies are coming through the nose of BSF and SSB, ma'am. So this monitoring has to be strengthened at the Central Armed Police Force level as well, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me, you like traveling, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I come to Haryana,
Yes, ma'am.
I've never been to Haryana. If I come to Haryana, tell me 5 places you will take me in Haryana, which is the least explored, and why?
Okay. Actually, ma'am, most of the places are actually equally explored as by normal.
Okay, no problem.
Ah,
Tell me 5 places
okay.
where you will take me.
First of all, in this summer, I would like to take you to Morni Hills, ma'am. This is a relatively colder place. It is situated in
Okay.
Pinjore in Panchkula district, ma'am. Other would be Hatni Barrage of Yamuna Nagar. So that would also be pleasant, ma'am. Other would be Aravali Hills in Faridabad, Gurgaon region. There is Aravali Safari going on, so that can be explored, ma'am. Fourth would be Rakhigadi side in Hisar, where you can get the historical touch of Haryana. And fifth would be highways, because in today's time, highway tourism is also growing in Haryana, ma'am. And Haryana is having one of the best highways in the country right now, ma'am.
Okay. Why, when we talk about tourism,
Yes, ma'am.
Haryana never comes in picture? अगर मुझे घूमने जाना है, if I'm planning
Yes,
in
ma'am.
winters, I'll go to Kashmir or somewhere. Like if I'm planning in summers, I'll be going to Himachal or Uttarakhand or something. Why Haryana never comes in the picture of tourism?
Okay, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, now people are coming to Haryana, but yes, you are right. In comparatively, people who are living in Delhi, they want to go to some place which is not as per their own climatic and weather conditions. So they want to explore something which is cool, and and then we see that people also want to go to the beaches which are not available in Haryana. So they are going to the coastal areas. Third is, ma'am, advertisement. Now advertisement has begun, but Haryana was never that much blessed with the geographical the conditions. But we are trying to overcome it by providing more infrastructure as well as the amusement opportunities. So I think now by doing this logistic enhancement, we are trying to balance out with the blessed states like Kerala or Goa or Kashmir, who are already having a positive advantage of having geographical soothingness to the human.
Okay. Under which article CAG is appointed?
Ma'am, it comes under the Article 148 of the Constitution.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Rohit,
Yes, sir.
do you have any insecurity?
Yes, sir. I would not say insecure, totally insecure, but at times it comes to me that while I have given my youth to this exam, while I have sacrificed so many things in my life, what if I don't clear this? This is my first emotional thought. But second thought which comes to my mind is that any exam is not bigger than life. We have to move on. There are various opportunities which are waiting for us. So by a little bit of rationality, I try to overcome this insecurity, sir.
You know, there are some people who are born confident.
Actually, I have not came across such people, sir.
Today, go and see yourself in mirror.
So is this a positive feedback, or sir?
Yes.
Thank you.
Almost your interview is over.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.